Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to Watchbox, and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, tmosso@thewatchbox.com. It's in the description below. Your purchase and pricing email question line for buying this or any watch you see on any Watchbox platform. Reach out to me directly. Email tmosso@thewatchbox.com for pricing details. Today, we are discussing a lovely watch from Patek Philippe, launched in 1992. This is the reference 5000J-001. It is a lovely micro-rotor, small second Calatrava, exquisitely crafted in traditional size and yellow gold. So the watch measures 33.6 millimeters in diameter, as my calipers tell the tale, by 7.5 millimeters thick, and a delightfully compact 41.8 millimeters from lug tip to lug tip, with a 19 millimeter spacing between the lugs. Now, the timepiece wears beautifully on my 16 centimeter circumference wrist, but it has such strength to its lug profile and the power of the yellow gold black dial contrast that it has the persona of a larger watch. It looks more like a 36 or a 37. Because it is less than 42 millimeters from lug to lug, it fits well on a small wrist, suitable for him or for her, or just those who have a preference for traditional and compact sizes. I've often said that, and I'll show you the cuff shot right there, easily sliding underneath a dress cuff, but I've often said that yellow gold works best in vintage watches and smaller traditional sizes, and this watch certainly is both of those things. So we'll talk about that in a moment, but first the strap. Large rectangular scale alligator leather. You can see it has gloss black, large rectangular scale alligator leather. There's a sheer cut side, a monotone stitch on the bottom calfskin. You can see it as a Patek Philippe factory strap in outstanding condition. Now, this watch, originally launched in 1992, would have been crafted during the 1990s, and there are a couple of signatures of that. First, you can see the Sigma dial, also known as the a priori marks. These came about in the 70s as a Swiss Precious Metals Trade Association encouraged watch brands to feature this little Sigma-style signature on the dial to let customers know that at the bare minimum, the numerals in the hands were made of solid gold, and here they are. Then you turn the watch over, and you can see the hallmark is the pre-1995 Helvetic head. This little rectangular mark, it's actually a woman's head, and you can see it's stamped G because that would be the regional assay office, Geneva, that would have stamped and hallmarked the case. So you know this watch was made between the roughly first half of 1995 and the 5000 references launch in 1992. So you have a good sense of that right there. That's how you can date these watches just by eye. The lugs are the trademark of this model, as they are long, thrusting, and powerful. They are integrated Calatrava style, and yet they have almost a Carrera-like presence. They're imposing things for a watch of this size. We have a Calatrava cross on the signed crown, and then a domed bezel, giving way to a dial that is matte black, anti-reflective, with a sort of yellow gold gilt-style printing, and then radially arrayed, polished solid gold Arabic numerals with baton-style hands at center. This design would continue through the years. Reference 5000 became the reference 6000, became the reference 6006, and while it gained size and a date over the years, this primarily unchanged dial has been a constant throughout. The date was added later as a pointer-style date that orbited the center, but the core dial of all three of those references has looked like this. Now, on the reverse side, we have a bit of a surprise, because on simple three-hand Calatravas, we're used to seeing some sort of a center rotor automatic, as those tend to be entry-level watches in the Patek catalog. But the 5000, 6000, and 6006 have always used the 240 micro rotor, which is generally paired with prestige models and complications in the Patek Philippe catalog. You can see here we have a screwed-in case back, and it's all 30 meters water resistant, but still screwed-in case back. It's a little bit more secure than snap case back. The movement here, a micro rotor automatic, meaning it has the big open pleasing display vista, unobstructed like a manual movement, and the thin profile of a manual movement, but the convenience of automatic winding. And the 240 first came out in 1977, so it's a long-running, well-proven classic. 48-hour power reserve. You can see it has a balance that beats sway at 21,600 vibrations per hour. It's a free-sprung Gyromax style for durability against shock and precise adjustment, and it is adjusted in 5 positions, which is the high horology and chronometer standard. This is a 27 jewel movement that is extensively hand finished. And you can see that all the standards are present and correct. Linear Côte de Genève, engine-turned perlage on the base plate, satination on wheels, black polish on screw heads, mirrored anglage on the edge of bridges. Though on these older Patek movements from the 1990s, it's interesting, before Baroque finishing became en vogue, they were finished by a combination of manual and mechanical means, but the polishing of the bevels was a little bit less elaborate than it is today. So if you look carefully on these older Patek 240s, and 315s and 324s, you can often see that there's a little bit of visible milling mark on the bevels. And of course, we have black polished screw heads with chamfered slots in circumference, and another mark of the way we were, the Geneva hallmark, signifying a high level of execution later on that would be replaced by the Patek Philippe seal in 2009. A wonderful vintage piece that fits beautifully on any wrist. Reach out to Team Mosso at thewatchbox.com for purchase and pricing details.